So should you do free work ever? The answer is sometimes. Do you ever just get a DM or an email that's like, hey, I don't have a budget, but if you can do this for exposure, I have 300,000 followers and I really need you to come and film this video and I'll shout you out and I will give you exposure. Or they hit you up and they're like, do you want to do XYZ project for XYZ influencer? They are really big but like they don't have a budget, and you're just like, wow, I'm gonna use those exposure bucks to pay my rent. I don't do that kind of free work ever. But when I do think you should do free work is when it's benefiting you as a creative. So that means if you meet somebody and you want to do a documentary about them and you think that they're really interesting, but they don't have a budget, for you to improve your skills as a filmmaker and a freelancer, to do it for free. Only if it's benefiting you first and the person secondary. If you're doing something pro bono, it's because it's a particular job that you want to add to your reel. It's somebody that you really want to work with. You want to take it and put it on YouTube. You want to make reels or TikToks with it, and you have all these like grand ideas. There are TikTokers that will go and film random restaurants and stuff and just chop it up into TikToks and do that. So if you are doing free work, it has to benefit you as the creative first. But yes, I would not go and do any content for anybody that hits me up claiming that exposure is a worthy thing. I think it's actually been a minute since I've gotten those DMs because I ignore them so hard. But yes, I did used to get the DMs that would say something along the lines of, do you want to do XYZ unrealistic expectation, but there's like an influencer involved and that would be like really good for you. And yeah, that never pans out, by the way. That like, it never does anything for you. And if you are enticed where you're like, oh my God, so-and-so has 1 million followers, like that could really benefit my YouTube presence, or that could really benefit my Instagram, blah, 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 blah. They probably have the money to pay you. Any influencer who has a crazy following and they're trying to leverage that to get free stuff from you probably has the money to pay you. Same thing with sports, celebrities. If they are trying to nickel and dime you, it's just messed up because they can pay you. And you shouldn't do things for free for them because they can pay you. With the exception of what I was saying before, is if you're doing some sort of documentary or something and you're like, hey, yeah, sure, this celebrity isn't paying me, but having their name would really improve this documentary, or it would really improve this short that I'm doing. Then in that case, I guess you can kind of justify it that way. But like I said, number one, it has to benefit you. I guess one exception where it doesn't benefit you first is if it's some sort of nonprofit or cause that you believe in, but then I guess that could also fall under the benefit you category because it's something that you believe in and you want to help out. Like, I've known tons of people who come up into video from church. So they wanted to create content for their church, and that's how they got started. And that's great too, if it's something that you believe in or something that benefits you. But I wouldn't do free work otherwise. And I don't think that you should either.